You never realize the exact moment your life starts to fall apart. It's not some dramatic crash. It comes undone quietly, piece by piece. One minute, everything feels normal, and the next you're standing in the middle of a life that doesn't feel like your own. It all began on a Friday night. Donna had said she was going out with her old college friends. Just a girls' night, she told me, kissing me on the cheek. Don't wait up. But of course I did. I always did. Midnight slipped past, then 1 o'clock. I started pacing around the living room, phone in hand, checking for messages that never came. I told myself I wasn't worried, but the truth was something didn't feel right. At 2:37 a.m., the front door creaked open. I was standing in the hallway, arms crossed, trying to keep my cool. When I saw her, something inside me shifted. Donna looked like she'd been through a war. Her hair was a mess. Her makeup smeared. One heel dangled from her hand. The strap of her dress was twisted and stretched like it had been pulled. Her eyes were glassy. She wouldn't meet mine. "You okay?" I asked, my voice coming out quieter than I expected. She nodded too quickly. "Just tired. Can we talk tomorrow?" I wanted to yell. I wanted to demand answers, where she'd been, who she'd been with. But I said nothing. I just helped her upstairs. And when I caught a faint scent on her skin, something sharp and unfamiliar, cologne I didn't wear, I felt something fracture inside me. Still, I stayed quiet. No questions. Not yet. I cleaned her up gently. I pulled the blanket over her. As she started to drift off, she mumbled something I couldn't quite catch. It didn't make any sense. "What?" I asked, but she was already out, deep in a drunken sleep. I stood there watching her, trying to figure out when the woman I loved had become someone I didn't recognize. By morning, I hadn't slept. I sat in the kitchen with the same untouched cup of coffee, my mind spinning, trying to understand what she had said the night before. It didn't mean anything. Wouldn't mean anything. Something she had done, something she regretted. My gut twisted with every possible answer. At 8:13 a.m., I heard her coming downstairs. She walked in slowly, rubbing her temples, face pale with the weight of hangover. She saw me and paused, unsure if I was angry or broken. "Hey," she said cautiously. I didn't respond. I just gestured toward the table. Her heels were there, muddy, scratched. Next to them, the necklace she'd worn was broken. A bead was missing. I'd found it in her purse, cracked as if it had been stepped on. She followed my eyes and went pale. Then she flushed. "Liam, I know how this looks," she began. "Do you even remember what you said last night?" I interrupted, keeping my voice steady. She blinked, trying to piece the night together. Then she sat down, rubbing her forehead. We went downtown, me, Tasha, and the others. I drank way too much. Tasha said I fell outside. The Uber dropped my bag. That's probably when the necklace broke. I said nothing. "And the dress?" I asked. "It looked like someone tried to tear it off you." She hesitated. I don't know. Maybe when I fell, or someone bumped into me at the club. It was crowded. People were drunk. It gets rough sometimes." She was talking quickly now, trying to cover every crack in the story. But the more she said, the less sense it made. I studied her, the way her eyes darted away, how her fingers kept tapping against the table. She was giving me an answer, but not the truth. Still, I didn't push. A part of me, stupidly, still wanted to believe her. Wanted to believe I was just being paranoid, that I was wrong, that she hadn't betrayed me. But something deep in my chest told me this was only the beginning. Days passed. Donna acted like everything was fine, like none of it had happened. But I hadn't let go of it. Not really. The broken necklace, the dress, the look in her eyes, the smell on her skin. I was just waiting. Then one Thursday, I came home early. My last meeting of the day had been canceled, and I thought maybe we could do something together, grab lunch, be normal for a moment. But her car was already in the driveway. I walked in quietly. The house was still, except for the faint thud of footsteps upstairs. Then I heard her voice. She was on the phone, laughing, easy, carefree, like she had no idea her world was full of cracks. I moved up the stairs and stopped just short of the landing. The bedroom door was half closed. God! Ashley, it was wild. Donna was saying, still laughing. I didn't even plan on anything happening, but after a few drinks, I don't know. It just happened. There was a pause. Then her voice changed, low, excited. I didn't expect him to be that good. He's a machine. I mean, the way he took control, the confidence. Damn, he knew what he was doing. I froze. My jaw clenched so tightly I felt it click. She kept going, still laughing, still unaware. It was supposed to be a one-time thing. Just one night. But honestly, I needed it. Liam's a good guy. He is, but he doesn't see me anymore. Not like Aaron does. Aaron. A name. Finally. She sighed, dreamy, breathless. I already told him I'm coming tomorrow night. He booked the room again. Same place, same time. And you better believe I'm not backing out this time. She wasn't sorry. Not even close. No remorse, no conflict, just excitement. I stood there, gripping the railing, my heart thudding in my ears. Every word she said cut deeper than the last. I should have barged in. Should have made her face me. Made her say it to my face. But I didn't. I turned and walked back down the stairs. One slow step at a time. Because now I knew. I knew, and knowing that silent, cutting clarity meant more than any outburst ever could. She hadn't just cheated. She chose it. She planned it. She was never lost or confused or hurting. She was alive in it. So right there at the foot of the stairs, I made my decision. No yelling. No begging for honesty. I'd gather every piece of the truth and let it bury her. Later that night, after Donna fell asleep beside me, I crossed a line I never thought I would. I went through her phone. Her passcode was the same. She probably didn't think I'd ever dare to look. The first thing I saw was a message thread labeled a Aaron. I opened it. Dozens of texts. Nothing graphic. She was too clever for that, but the intent was loud and clear. You looked incredible that night. Still thinking about you. He wrote, tomorrow can't come soon enough. I've been counting the hours, she answered. I stared at the screen, chest hollowed out, pulse like thunder in my ears. I needed to know who this man was. His full name was right there in her contacts. A quick search told me to rest. Social media laid it out like a confession. Aaron was married. His wife's name was Emma. They had 2 kids, a boy and a little girl. His profile was full of happy family snapshots, lakeside vacations, birthdays, Halloween costumes. He looked like the picture of commitment. And yet here he was, sneaking around just like Donna. The next evening, I watched her get ready like she was going on a date. Because I stood in the kitchen and watched as she applied her lipstick in the hallway mirror. Carefully, intentionally. She hadn't worn that red blouse in over a year. It clung to her figure. Low neckline. Too bold for a casual outing. That was a blouse for being seen. Her heels clicked across the hardwood. She grabbed her purse. I'm going out, she said without meeting my eyes. Out where? Girls' night. Tasha's birthday. She said it smooth, polished, like she'd rehearsed it in the mirror. I nodded slowly, let the silence stretch just long enough to let a seed of doubt settle in her mind. Nice, I said. Tell her I said happy birthday. She smiled, practice and fake, and walked out the door like she had nothing to hide. 2 minutes later, I grabbed my keys and followed. I stayed a few cars behind, never too close, just watching. She drove downtown and parked behind a small, quiet bar, the kind of place people go when they don't want to be found. I waited across the street. 10 minutes later, he arrived. Aaron, tailored coat, perfect hair, smug confidence dripping from his every move. He leaned against his car like he belonged in a catalog. Donna rounded the corner and walked right up to him. No hesitation. They kissed like it was second nature. No shame. No hesitation. Her arms around his neck, his hands on her waist. She giggled. He whispered in her ear, and she lit up like a teenager sneaking out after curfew. I took out my phone, snapped the photos, one of the kiss, one of the embrace, one of her looking at him like he was the man she'd been waiting for all along. I didn't storm in, didn't demand answers. I watched them walk inside, shoulder to shoulder, with the ease of people who've done this more than once. Then I drove home, alone but with proof. That night, I called a locksmith, told him I needed the locks changed. He came just after 10 o'clock. By 11:42 p.m., the house was mine alone again. Donna tried the door. I heard the handle jiggle, then knock. Another, louder, then the buzzing of my phone. Her name on the screen. Again, I didn't answer. Then the fist on the wood, hardened, fast. Liam, what the hell is going on? Open the door. I waited, let the panic stew. Then I opened it. She looked like she'd been through a storm. Makeup smudged, hair wild, one heel in her hand. The other probably lost somewhere during her frantic return. Her face twisted between confusion and anger. "What is this?" she demanded. "Why can't I get in?" "I changed the locks," I said. "Figured if you were going to keep lying to my face, you didn't need a key to my house." She froze. Liam, I held up my phone, showed her the photos, her and Aaron kissing, hugging, laughing. "Where do you want it to start?" I asked. "The lies, the cheating, or the way you looked me in the eye and told me it was girls' night?" She stared at the screen, speechless. "You're done here," I told her. "Tomorrow, I'm filing for divorce. Your things will be packed and sent to your parents' house." "Liam, wait. Please, it's not." "No, you made it exactly what it is. Now get out." She didn't argue, didn't cry, just turned, wiped her face, and left. She never came back. The next morning, I was in a lawyer's office, explaining everything. By afternoon, I had sent the photos to Emma, Aaron's wife. She replied within an hour, "Thank you for telling me." 2 days later, I heard she kicked Aaron out. Filed for divorce too. Donna tried to reach out. A few calls, long text messages heavy with regret and excuses. I didn't respond. There was nothing left to say. The divorce was quick. No kids. Nothing to fight over. 6 months later, it was final. I heard through mutual friends that Donna moved in with her sister. Word was she tried to contact Aaron again, but he ghosted her. Maybe his life fell apart even harder than hers. Or maybe he finally saw her for what she was. I didn't care. I was free. At first, the silence in the house was loud. Too loud. Empty. Didn't feel peaceful. It felt lonely, but that passed. I went back to the gym. Took a solo trip to the mountains. Spent time with people who didn't lie to me. Laughed again. Slept through the night. It wasn't about finding someone new. It was about finding me again. And I did. Donna lost a husband who would have done anything for her. I lost someone I never really knew. But in the end, I gained something better.